Hello. Let's try this one more time, shall we? With the joys of modern internet. Sorry about that stream earlier. That was just me trying to make anything happen with the means that I had. Which was to say, not very much. We actually got a decent like 20 to 30 minutes where I wasn't showing any drop frames, but then suddenly it just turned into, hey, you're dropping 98% of frames. It's never where you want to be. Alright. Last battle is complete. We're back. Alright, we have a Hondo in arena with ult day one, which is cool. The Vane, unfortunately, is only R7. I'm by no means a choosy beggar here, but color your impressions accordingly. I imagine this is very much similar to Java, where the Java squads that had R5 to R7 Crescendo with R9 Java were way the fuck worse than the squads that actually took their tank seriously. Why not test in GSC? Very true. We'll start with this. What Datacron do they have on? I imagine this will be overkill. Oh, they do have kicks. Fuck yeah, but they don't have kicks. So the kicks assist shit will not be online. Which frankly I think then means that their Datacron probably won't be all that powerful. %60 health, 60% defense. It appears that Lightning Raid does not ignore stealth. So shout outs to that for being a mechanic that works. Yeah, the kicks run is not great with them. You would have to run kicks for it to be worthwhile. You need the assist CDR passive, and even then it probably won't be that good on defense because of the using the other move first. We could still swap over to Omega. I don't think we mind Wrecker going down once, though. Look at that juicy regen. Thank you so much, sir, for all of your hard effort. Your profit means nothing here. Am I crazy or did off balance do nothing to us? Damn, that dodge sucks. Time feel is rough. Well, we have +0 damage out of from Crown at the moment. And also, you're assuming a little bit too much. Before I accidentally went. Okay, let's try a less greedy opener. I think we save a Mega Heal for a Wrecker. Like, with the Mega in the squad, we don't really have to worry about a Mega double comboing Crosshair self-reduce. I fucked up with the turn order. I need to slow Hunter down. We're missing out on massive early Crosshair stacks because of this. I think we want Crosshair going first. Do we heal now, though? We are burning a lot of time trying to think for the matchup at the moment. I need to stop saving Snipe. We need to just spend that shit so that we can start stacking it. It's a bad habit that I have. I thought he feared people. Oh, he feared people with breach. Right. Honestly, I might have Omega just start spamming Cleanse on herself so that she can keep doing it. SM33's basic has kind of been the biggest hurdle here. Omega does... Okay, we need to fix that opener. You need to slow down and also get some damage up. Something like this, but slower. We could go Luther mods for a lot of this. Not slow enough. That might be alright. For real? Okay. I'm not sure I'm sold on this Chron effect. The multi-shielding doesn't really seem to... Like, it would maybe hurt for the SM33 punches, but they still punch their Omega. Which we could put Omega on bulk modding so she doesn't have captive accessible to her. If it gets that far. This is better. We could try something, actually. Alright, we now have Snipe in rotation. We'll see how fast it comes back. I think Stealth Wrecker is correct, but I don't know if I actually want it to be Omega who does it. I think I actually might want it to be Hunter. I am mighty at accuracy here. So, we do have a puzzle to solve. Is this a roller corner now? I mean, of course, roller corner would win. But that's not really what I'm here for. So the stuff to solve for is how we want to handle the initial, like, stealth swapping or like getting Hunter into captive. I don't. This is really like, if we get Hunter into captive, then we could have Omega set up her combo. If anything, if we're not doing Omega reset on Crosshair, then we don't need Omega 51 under Crosshair. Like, we might as well just make her fast because we could just have her shepherding the stealth and self-reset game plan. Yeah, I will say, at just R7, this Vane right now is doing a pretty impressive job of holding up to the laser drill. Most squads don't do this well, is what I'll say. So for R7, at what quality mods are we looking at? Why the fuck am I looking on the left side? Yeah. This Vane could be a hell of a lot better. Resolog days and shit. Dude, I like SM33 to be extremely clear here. I figured that this matchup would be straightforward enough that, like, oh, Wrecker's dead, who gives a shit? I talked about SM33's basic a week or two ago. Yeah, our raid just went down last night. Like, this shit is like the biggest problem for Bad Batch 2 right now. Because if you don't have someone out of stealth, then he just starts griefing you. Removes your turn meter, dazes you, ability blocks you. Like, this is whatever, but if the damage doesn't kill you, the damage might as well be 0 because like, you can't be crit, you're regenerating per turn. Like, you're gonna be okay. But stopping you from playing the video game is real shit. Let's speed her up then. Fine enough. Did you have a secondary server for mods? You kind of do if you just use these. Alright, like, I do this fairly often. We're sorting for speed, but then you can say, like, show me percent defense with over 3 or 4 hits. I took out SM33 third barrel for Hondo. In that case, I just don't think we needed to. I know SM33 has some sort of self-revive mechanic too. Like, I don't think the average SM33 is going to be that hard to kill, but I do think some savvy SM33 owners will kind of going to have to How the fuck am I full up on mod capacity again, even though I just did a fill on HUD details for like 40 slots? That's crazy. Alright, good enough. Now, where were we? We're not on a tank hunter, but we'll just see how this goes. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a mega taunt. How are we missing so often? Okay, if we're doing this at Neek, I think we should slow down Wrecker as well. I'm just realizing. Wait, did Vane just dispel Lock Taunt? Ref? He hit me with the Ejecto Cedo. What the fuck? God damn those dodges. Alright. Did it happen the way I thought it would? They're still working a lot of buffs. That is the question, isn't it? If steel ignores cannot be dispelled, that's kind of nuts. That would be a very interesting wrinkle. All right, I'm looking at the VOD real quick. %. He swiped that shit. I think he even stole it as a locked on. That's crazy. Holy shit. Cool. Good on him. So yeah, that should work. As I expected to. It took some elbow grease. Vane sealing locked on means that slowing down Wrecker would be pointless then. That'll be fixed, surely. Why? Why does it need to be? It makes steel more interesting. How is this any different from gas being debuffed and then sitting down and cleansing all the debuffs off of them? Steel is like a dispel. I mean, it just says he steals. It doesn't say dispels. He just takes them. Right? Lose is a different verbalization than dispel. Right? Removal is a hard rule in Galaxy of Heroes. Dispel is within the game rules. Removed is like GM house ruling. It's like, no, this is just how this shit works. If Hondo said dispel, then I would be saying the opposite right now. And like, frankly, I feel like the game is way more interesting if that's on the table. It adds more design space for CG to work within. Well, there's still supposed to be a dispel. If it was supposed to be, they would have said it. Is there anything else I want to try? I mean, honestly, I just came here to fucking run my batch. The rest is whatever to me. I know what I'll be doing this season. I think the other problem is some of this stuff will be hard to grade or judge. Right? It's like, is Amidala like they aren't really in their crown season yet. Like Kix Crown is doing pretty much fucking nothing for the squad here. And I don't even know that the Pyrocron that comes with them. We kind of speed ran through everything before. It's got some decent stuff, but I wouldn't say like the Brutus is whatever. Who are they gonna end up running? I think it's Hondo. I think it's this. And this isn't at like full potential without the GAC Omicron, right? I could get us this now and test it, and it would not look that good. I guess it would have looked like terrible, but it would not look nearly as good as it's going to look when you pair it with Silva Omicron. That's just gonna be gross. Yoga's out for Grey Hondo. Probably SM33, I would imagine. I guess it depends on what counter you're worried about. I mean, SM33 has performed pretty decently. But, like, clearly we can't cut Vane. You could maybe cut Brutus, actually. It's a toolkit approach, right? You're like, Brutus has done some pretty decent damage. But I do kind of put a lot of value on that SM33 control. Like, that was not shabby at all. Sorry, I'm clicking around instead of. Right, we have the up to 150% bulk. Like, that would help Vane a fuck ton. But it's only when a pirate ally consumes a stack of profit. So 3 Hondo Mass Assist would get you to full potential, but this is still kind of a mini pseudo bulk run. And you compare it with Darkside Bulk. So we have the building blocks, right? We've got stats in the set. I didn't talk about that before. We've got health protection. So okay, let's just say, health stats in the set. Health on Vane. Vane gets stacking. Darkside Bulk in the set. Hondo's first mass, you get 50% extra if the fight drags out. Like, keep in mind for the fight that we just did. Now imagine a good Vane. Imagine an R7 Hondo with an R9 Vane, with 3 defense sets, with 10 to 50% defense secondaries. Bad Batch might struggle against that, or at the very least, we would have to come equally correct for the occasion, right? That might have to be a snipe Vane twice angle to get to that point. Like, that sounds like a very fucking different monster. That sounds like the moment that I put all that shit in context, like, it was whatever to speed run through this at the time, but like, for what it's worth, too, pirate attacker allies gaining stealth whenever they are critically hit means that Bad Batch 2 either needs to get marked down ASAP, which is not something you can guarantee. You are kind of at the mercy of turn order and who is going next when you kill someone. Now, you could just not go for an attacker, right? It's not like that rule set applies to the whole squad, so you could just be like, okay, I can't quite do it. I'm just going to kill Silvo next and then go for Brutus, like, when the time is right. But that's still, like, a wrinkle, right? That's not bad in itself. Vane's fucking weird and tough, man. Like, Vane... That Mass Assist sounds nice. I'm still inclined to want to make Vane speedless just so that he keeps his locked on. Do Grimmins have game against Hondo? We could try that. Good question. My initial immediate knee-jerk reaction, regardless of whether it's a yes or no, I think, especially in GAC, the Hondo side would absolutely want Hondo to be in the squad. Like, think of it this way. Hondo preload Are they all scoundrel? I'm pretty sure yes, right? I mean, even if it's only 3 out of 4, yeah, it's all scoundrel. So Hondo's at 100%. You're starting the match off with Morgan in handcuffs, so that's at least gonna like slow your roll on your initial salvo. Like, I don't think you're sad about that at all. My mods on them are almost certainly a mess. Oh yeah. Um, should I go back to old mods? But the problem is, like, is there anything we want to try on the pirate side first? I mean, I assume like Hondo against the Drake run is just gonna get fucking rolled. I don't imagine that will feel very good. Not the craziest jam case swap, but we could try this. Do we care about ordering at all? I mean, we could draft kicks here just to try messing around with this shit. I'm gonna try with that first. For 1 week, they will have defense grunts. Wow, lightning raid. We can't still TM here, so it doesn't matter that Brutus has the combo. We have to let her nuke. I don't really remember what Brutus's ramp clauses are, but that's pretty much all I would be concerned about for this matchup is trying to get the boy ramped. Return to us. Wait is it to do whatever can be done to ramp up Mr. Brute. This is the window that we're looking for, but I don't know. That was Savior. See, I think you should actually stop using alert for this matchup. Like, if we didn't have alert there, things were actually kind of okay. Alert literally ruins everything. We could try a Dre. I imagine it's fucked. In GAT, they wouldn't be able to die. But then again, we don't have homies either. Take that. No stagger. Ma'am, kind of busy. Who that hasn't gone yet? I guess Vane. Slow Vane is kind of punishing here. I remember which move is a steal. A lot of turns not do anything. We literally spent 20 turns waiting for Vane to take a turn because he is speedless right now. You're complaining, but I was gonna say that I feel like they held out a pretty insane amount of time given the circumstances. Most teams you play into Dracron don't go nearly as chill. Yeah, I don't know. That was there was a whole lot of breathing room there. Now what if we make the tank not be 0 speed? That's the wrong guy. Well, wow, I'm so good at the video game. I think I need potency on my solo. Here is Bible. Isn't it just like faster Hondo? Well, not even because they do the other move first. So unless they increase your cooldown and stop you from doing the mass. Which one? They got the buff of me, but he still has the advantage. Oh wait, he does not anymore. And it's gone. No surprise. Behold, I have stolen your taunt. And your woman. Fucking out. Maybe we don't leave Hux alive. I got through the hard part. It's just that we're in a tougher position than we needed to be in. So Steel lets you gain it even through buff immunity? Is what I think I just saw. Steel just has its own rule set, man. That's wild. Alright, Let me try doing this. This will get us back to like normal Great Brothers mode, so we can try that matchup. Please hold for a minute. Actually, while I wait on how you tools, I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. Be right back. Perfect timing. All right, where is it? There it is. All right. Needs like 5 more seconds to load. Yeah, I think Silva will need the Omicron for the JMK matchup. Basically, what you're holding out hope on is a Brutus to stack up enough damage combined with the Silva Omicron. Right, think about all the Radis matches that we've done. Uh, against JMK is what I'm talking about. Radis does get windows where he could kill people. It's just very fucking specific on the timing of when you go for it. Also, I need to reread Brutus's kit. Just to like make sure that we're min-maxing his ramp up. Alright. Not gonna try Marin to start. We will see what happens. cooldown increase on Mother, so I guess it's a 50-50 on who gets cooldown increased. So you could start the match with no mass on Morgan. Now, mass here isn't as crazy as normal because we don't get the whole frenzy shit, but... see, I think we actually possibly had access to... No, the Lockdown was behind Hondo. Yeah, we do need to kill him first. It looked like maybe Brutus was available. Frankly, the saving grace right now is that they are whacking the attackers, which is healing Morgan, because Morgan is bouncing up and down quite a lot. Okay. So right now, I would say that's a very volatile maybe. And keep in mind as well, this is on Night Trooper Kron with 160% crit damage against a Case Kron that's not very good. 40% D to O, plus the... I don't think we're really proccing this that much, but it exists. So we're pretty high power, and they are not. I don't know that I would ever have this be your first choice. I think it can work at a pinch. But a lot of this, like, I think my Morgan could have died many deaths. And it was almost like clockwork, right? Morgan gets super low. They either use an AoE or switch targets to one of our attackers. That kicks off the whole stealth reaction. Morgan heals back to full. Morgan gets knocked down again. She almost dies. Super close situation. Cider AoE happens. She props back up again. I think the most interesting thing I can say for this experience right now is I think if this is a matchup you wanted to run, I don't think you are happy using the modding that you typically use for fighting stuff like Ahsoka. I think you would want to trade off speed for durability here. Which means that to some degree, you would need to hard commit to how you're going to use Great Mothers that week. Will I play Hondo next week? Fucking of course. You kidding me? I'm in my era, man. I am in the all cinders must pay era. Of course Hondo's going at defense. Yeah. I don't know. Like, we can run that one or two more times, but I imagine we already kind of know the range of what's possible. Absolutely, there should be times where Morgan just gets popped. For some reason, that went way, way, way cleaner. It seems like Silvo's using Frenzy first. He's got alert. Unfortunately, I don't think they're modded correctly. Yeah, Silvo uses Frenzy first. Cool. Yeah. I still kind of stand by my sentiment. I think this matchup just seems crazy volatile. Winnable probably should not be your plan A. I feel way more confident about Bad Batch. Although, to be frank, if it's a properly built Hondo Cron, I think my Bad Batch confidence actually might be kind of low. At least against the Pyrocron. The Ultra matchup, different story. Any other matches we care to try? What was that animation? Checking his pockets. We are ramping. God damn it, he was back at full. Alright, there's a reason to drill Vane then, probably. Alright. Thought a frequency was necessary for this. We could have just gone for the sides. Vane is a tanky motherfucker, man. Even at R7. Even with just Kickscarn. So he's representing potentially what? 110% defense and 50% tenacity and 60% health. That's not nothing, but that's not insanely high. Yeah, like in GC with the Omicrons, that's probably way more workable for Balin's side. Yep. Gungan being Gungan. That they may struggle to kill Bane. Even Deathmark does nothing. I don't know if it can stop it from ulting. Behold, Deathmark. Is frustration ever worth trying? What the fuck? What the fuck just autoplayed? Huh? I love it when websites randomly just jump scare you. I don't know, man. This might not work. At least it's like coming very fucking close. That's a lot of time wasted there. I know. Yeah, I mean, Tarples with the double damage rolling true damage AoE just means that like you would have to be very fucking sure. Now, granted, the upcoming Pyrocron does give some solid bulk, so like you would be able to hang, right? We're talking almost 180. No. It's up to. You will be around plus 110 bulk to start and then 210 bulk by the end, right? 150 plus 60. So, like, you should still be concerned, especially if the Tarples is ignoring protection, but I think it could be workable. All right. I'm past out today. I do need to get out of here. Biggest takeaway from today, Vane, dude. The man is a fucking slab. Man, I fucking hate that you can't claim it. Like, does this mean I literally just can't claim this at all? Unless I sell 2 crons? Whack. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not worried. I think it'll be fun. Like, yes, some stuff can counter him, but that was some serious fucking signs of life for Vane alone. Plus, also like Hondo bulk too. Kicks Kron is gonna look fraudulent, I think. Pending, like, you know, kicks on offense, sure. Kicks on defense, like if you flex kicks in for the cooldown spam, I'm not gonna say it's going to be awful, but at the very least, the stat side leaves me a little bit sweaty. I gotta start farming Bodhi shards. I already did. Here, have 10 more. But also, like, do shards even fucking matter? How much Robo and Tenacity do I have? 0. The ship ain't out yet. Don't you even know how this game works? I don't know, man. I don't see much point in calling it in, at least for its core intended purpose. Okay, I understand it gives you 20 download, but you're already winning the game anyway. My ship's not at 5%. My ship's at 0%. It doesn't exist yet. Maybe it'll always be at 0. Maybe I'll just never unlock it. I don't know if I'm losing my marbles or what, but I feel like my episode currency income is going down. Our Vane was looking like. It probably got fucked up by me loading the load up back on. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Basically, just the relative equivalent of me going on high details and sorting by EHP. I mean, technically, I can get that answer right now. Playgrounds. Reset all settings. Remove all. Vane. Although maybe I should be on health primary specifically. Let's go something like this. I wasn't sure, but it does seem like the man is bulky enough that he might just see enough time to actually try to stack some health. So this will slightly sacrifice some effective health, but it'll be on health primaries. What does that leave us? Temple Guard. Looking for L3. Gotta be a better way to do this. Here is your final answer. I would have to double check and look at it to make sure that the health primaries actually make sense. Like, I know he stacks health, so it probably does, but I think it still depends on him taking turns, so it kind of depends on the matchup I do expect him to go into, but 83.7% armor. I don't know why it's so hard to get him to 84. Like, for Wrecker is pretty straightforward. But yeah. I think he was like, when I locked in pre-stream today, he was at 315k, so it's down to about 305k, it looks like, for switching over to health primaries. 10k lost starting bulk, but kind of hope to earn it back on health stacking, I suppose. I guess it's just a question of whether or not we want fast. He's very annoying. What about Sierra? I would say that's a matchup call. Like, Sierra would never affect stuff like Bad Batch. Spirit for Night Sisters, it definitely potentially could. Yeah, it's just a matchup call that's going to depend on whatever is most popular to fight them. It could just be that people are overkilling it, so you wouldn't really care what he has on anyway. I would say maybe not CA, just to try to be a little bit more resilient to Gungans. But yeah, the man is tanking. Oh, we need to re-read British real quick before I go. Okay, so Hondo taking damage is how you stack defense pen. That's easier said than done. So 20 profit equals max cap on offense stack. Okay, so stacking profit on him for crit damage and up to 200% offense is more or less what it boils down to, and then just like hoping that your lead takes chip here and there. All right, there's maybe some more stuff I'd like to test in the near future, but for now I definitely needed it. So that'll be it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Later.